What's up, everyone? Welcome to Five Rings. Tonight, I'm not going to talk about diet or lifestyle hacks or anything like that. We're going to talk about something that deals with exercises, but it's important for all of my clients because it involves something you should be mindful of when picking something up off of the ground. So a lot of times, whether it's a deadlift, you got clean snatches, picking kettlebells up, dumbbells up, whatever it is, when clients are picking objects up from the ground, a common mistake across the board, no matter the type of person, is that as soon as they start pulling, the butt shoots up and they start using their low back. Now, a lot of coaches out there will say it's because the quads are weak, and so the brain is reverting to the low back muscles, how they know to lift things, not necessarily the right way, but it's what the body knows, and that might be true in some cases. But what I have found is that if you teach a client how to keep the proper position, it usually solves the issue 9 times out of 10. So the muscle that's not often addressed when pulling from the floor is the lat muscle. And now what the lat is going to do is the lat is attached to a lot of things. It's a gigantic upper body muscle, but it also crosses into the lower body and has an effect on where the butt is in relation to the rest of the body when pulling from the floor or picking things up off the floor. So when pulling from the floor, again, just to demonstrate what we're talking about, is when people pull from the floor, a lot of times what you'll see is the butt shoots up and then they start picking up with the low back, okay? Like we said, maybe it's weak quads, whatever, but before you start going into advanced reasons why that might be happening, let's just see if we can teach the client how to keep that proper position while standing up from the floor. So the first thing I do with clients, and this has been seen a million times in my gym with people, is I ask them to put their hand on their thigh and then don't let me pull the hand off their thigh. And so what the client then feels is when I try to take the hand away from their thigh, they're using their lat muscle along with some other muscles, but mainly they're using the lat to keep that that arm glued to their thigh. And I say, okay, now what you're feeling right here, make sure you feel that when you're standing up. Now, the effect that this has is it keeps the angles, it keeps the relationship of the angles intact as they're standing up. So if we find our proper position, and then once we reach here, once we find that position, if we tighten that lat muscle up, what's going to happen is this angle between the arm and the body is not going to change as we stand up. And it's going to close as we stand up, but it's not going to get further away. Not letting that angle get bigger as we stand up. You can see if we stand up and it starts getting bigger, the angle's bigger, the butt's coming up. But if this muscle is helping keeping that angle closed as we stand up, the butt usually stays down 9 times out of 10. You also want to cue other things, proper bracing, make sure the chest and the eyes stay forward. Lots of other things go into here, but this is one of those cues that I rarely ever see getting coached or taught out there. So again, hand on the thigh, don't let me pull it away. Make sure you feel this as you're standing up. Okay, now the client gets into proper position. They're here. They make sure that lat muscle is engaged before they stand up. And standing up, angle. The angle doesn't get bigger. It closes as you stand. That's what you want. You want to pull the bar in as you stand up, but you don't want to let the angle get bigger. So again, try that with your clients. Try that with yourself. Clients, if you're in here, remember this is a cue that we coach here all the time. Make sure you feel those lats when standing up. Thanks for watching.